Good morning, everybody. How was yesterday? How are you feeling today? All of these usual questions that we ask ourselves or ask of you. Today I was listening to my coach, Pete Cohen, and he's doing this great series at the moment on asking better questions. So maybe I start with a different question today. And that question is not how are you, but what have you been uncovering about yourself over the course of the last few days working with me, especially those of you who are in our elite group. How deep have you been going? You see, it's about being 100% committed to really living in freedom. Because if you're not 100% committed, you're not going to watch these videos every day. You're not going to share in the group what is uncovering and what you need support and help in. Because you're going to be connected and keep going over and over and over in your mind and getting caught up in the whirlwind rather than making that conscious choice. And this is one of the reasons why I've created this space for you. So that what I do is I become like this reminder that moves you from your head to your heart. That's what I want to be. Is I want to be that mirror. I want to be that switch for you that says, oh, I'm back in my head. Let me move down to my heart. So, what have you been uncovering over the course of the last few days? An even bigger question we're asking ourselves this week is, when was the last time you felt safe? Who was with you? Where were you? Why were you feeling safe? What was going on? How did that make you feel in your body? That's what the aim is of the last of this week, is for us to uncover what it is that's limiting us from feeling safe and really trusting ourselves. Because when we don't trust and we don't feel safe, then how can you open the rib cage and open and allow the heart to start to show itself? How can we go deeper unless we create a safe space for us to go deeper? So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at if we really, really trust and love that we are divinely connected to an infinite well of abundance, then we know that everything will be okay. I know that a lot of people really struggle with this idea that we are connected to something bigger than us. This might be God to you. It might be Source. I call it Source. I call it higher power. Whatever you call it. A lot of people struggle with this idea that there is something other than who they are. I think the reason why people are scared of this or don't really believe in it is because we are too caught up in the conditioning of the mind. Now, for example, imagine for a moment that I'll draw it out. So let's have a look. Here you are. All right. And here is your heart and here's your soul. Now, this infinite well of wisdom that I'm talking about is that which is divinely connected to you, that connects you and Source. So what I believe is that we are divinely connected to an infinite well of abundance. And that abundance comes in the form of peace, joy, protection, everything that we perceive as being abundant, safety in this context. You see, what many of us have been brought up to believe is that there is a limit to natural resources. There is a limit to finances. There is a limit to how much we can receive. But what I'd like to tell you tonight, or today, if you're watching it tonight, is that there is an infinite well. It is unlimited, the amount of abundance, prosperity, safety that we get from this infinite source that is the universe. Now, that which prevents us from really tapping into and knowing and experiencing and being this is, of course, the mind. Now, the mind has these thoughts and it blocks. It creates this barrier between the infinite well and us experiencing it in our body. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you? So we have a belief system about abundance and our deservability of abundance, and the belief that we are protected, and the belief that the universe is there to protect us. Now, we spoke yesterday about how our thoughts create our reality, and the power is in the now. We spoke about how our future is being decided now by the thoughts that we are having. So if you are thinking a thought like fear, I'm scared that I don't have enough money. Because that's what makes us not feel safe, is the fear, isn't it? So you have a thought that is fearful. So an example, I woke up this morning feeling really, really anxious. And I had to, I always do this, don't I? I always experience that which I'm going to be sharing in my videos. And that's beautiful, is so that I can go through it before being that for you guys. So I woke up in a state of real anxiety. And I thought to myself, what is it that is blocking this flow of infinite peace and infinite knowing that everything is okay, everything is exactly as it should be, that I am divinely protected, that all will be okay? And I thought about it, and I thought of everything that I had to do, and I thought about the event on Saturday, the Global Women event that we are hosting here in Paris, the Global Women Club. And I thought, okay, what is making me feel anxious is the fear that I won't be able to meet other people's expectations. So the fear that my future is going to be one filled with people are going to see that I'm not good enough. And it's like Louise Hay always says, the thing that stops us is the fear that we are not good enough. So what is preventing you from feeling safe today? Is it a fear that you have that you are not good enough, that you will be seen as not good enough in the future? Let me say this again, and if you haven't written it down, write it down. If you are feeling unsafe today, what is blocking you from feeling that infinite well of peace and abundance? Is it the fear that in the future someone will see you as not being good enough? We've all heard this beautiful analogy, this beautiful story of how the way we see this infinite well of abundance could be, imagine going to the sea. And you go to the sea and you have like a little thimble, a little cup, and you start taking from the ocean in this little cup, and you think, okay, well, I'm only going to take from the ocean just from this little cup. And then just down the road you see somebody else, and they have this massive maybe a truck, or they've got like this hose pipe, and they're draining the water from the ocean. And you think to yourself, well, what's this person doing? Why are they draining the water from the ocean and you've got this little cup? Well, you see, the ocean is unlimited. There is an abundance of water. Hear the heart of what I'm saying. There is an abundance for everyone. We don't have to ask for just a little bit to go to the water and just be like, okay, I'll just have a little bit today. I'll just have a little bit of abundance today because that's all that I feel I deserve. Because the size of your cup is the size of that which you feel you are worthy of. And this belief system that is blocking you is that of worth. We had a great talk last night. I saw a Wani Manley live, and she was talking about money karma. And she was talking about how money is just a vibration. This is something that a lot of us feel fear of, that makes us feel not safe. Because we don't have money in the future. And what's the belief system? The belief system is, I'm not going to have money. And why am I not going to have money? Because there's a belief system around fear. And that belief system, if you go deeper, is that belief system of worth, not being good enough. But if you were to slowly start making a hole in that belief system, that block. Today you do that. Tomorrow you do that. The next day you do that. And eventually, if you reconnect with the fact that you are worthy every day, you start to see that there is that abundance for everyone. That abundance, that infinite well that protects you, that tells you, that infinite well of love that says to you, you are worthy. You are safe. You are protected. So, our future is created by the thoughts that we have in this moment. The power that you have to create a future that feels safe is felt in the stillness of this moment. So choose your thoughts now in this moment. Ask better questions. Ask, how can I be more divinely connected to that infinite well of abundance, safety, protection? And this is what I'm going to encourage you to do for me today. How do you connect to that feeling of safety, that feeling inside of you that you know you are protected by a divine source, by a higher wisdom? What I do is I connect with myself every morning. Now, it's one thing to connect with your coaches, your spiritual guides like myself. Definitely watch my videos, connect with people. We open that which is within you. That's beautiful. We have this beautiful relationship. But I feel to truly connect with that feeling of safety and trust within you, you need to spend time with yourself every single day, connecting with that infinite well within you. And I spend 3 minutes with myself every morning. Just 3 minutes. I close my eyes and I just breathe for 3 minutes and I just connect and I set an intention and I ask, how can I be more free? But what is your intention every morning? What are you connecting to every morning? 3 minutes, divinely connecting with yourself every day. And slowly but surely, you will begin to feel every day more and more connected with that infinite well of protection and safety. So let's recap. What did we talk about today? So we spoke about this idea that we are all connected to an infinite well of love, peace, power, creativity to create a future where we feel safe. We spoke about how when we are in the flow, when we're not blocked by a belief system, we do experience an abundance in all the areas of our life. This block comes from the past, which comes from experiences where we have felt lack of worth. And that's where this block comes from, is the belief that we are unworthy. And then we spoke about how our power to create a future feeling safe is in the now. It's in spending time connecting with ourselves for 3 minutes every single day. If you truly love and trust that you are connected to this infinite well of abundance, clarity, creativity, peace, protection, then everything works. I'm wishing you a peaceful day where you are divinely connected to that infinite well. Ask better questions today. Ask, how can I experience more of this abundance in my life today? How can I connect more with that infinite well? And share it. Share it with us in the private Facebook group. If you're not part of the Thrive Being You Facebook group, jump on the Thrive Being You Facebook group. Those of you who are in the elite group, tell us what is uncovering for you. Tell us what you are doing to connect with that infinite well. You see, we learn from each other. So by you sharing in a vulnerable way, you're actually supporting other people. So yes, it's about your journey, but it's more about the other people's journey. Thank you so much, Tash. Good morning. Sending you lots of love from Paris. Tash is in London. Oh, is it as hot in London as it is here, Tash, or is it a little bit cooler? But I'm divinely connected to an infinite well of cool wisdom. Guys, I wish you a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow at 8:30, and tomorrow we're going to be looking at people, and we're going to be looking at how to feel safe when we're around people who don't make us feel safe, or how to enhance that feeling of safety around the people that do lift us up rather than break us down. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye.